What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. So I mentioned a couple days ago I was going to start to give some picks. I have an account over at Novig. You can sign up for free. I'll put a link down in the description. You don't have to give them any money. They let you just bet with points if you want. So for tonight, I'm going to give you a preseason pick. Buffalo Bills plus 3.5. You want to fade it? Be my guest. Now, I want to talk about Mike. Mike is a viewer, longtime viewer, and me and Mike don't always see eye to eye, right? He genuinely leaves very well thought out, constructive criticism against some of the opinions I have of the game, and in turn, I will respond to him and talk to him about why I disagree. I wouldn't say Mike is a Muppet, but I will say, and I'm sure Mike will agree, we don't always see eye to eye, and that's fine. But what I love about a relationship that a viewer and a creator can have is you can always look at something and say, hey, I might not always agree with your opinion. I might not always like your opinion, but I still need to show you what's truly going on with this game. And for Mike to email me, right? Mike could sit here, he could cherry pick, right? He could say, you know what, this happened. I'm never going to show Ryan this because if I show it to him, it's just going to discredit all the points I've tried to make about the game not being that bad. So understand that's where this is coming from. Okay, someone that genuinely, same way I do, wants a good game, wants a better game, but is still left playing a game like this. And to all the people that sit there and say, oh, you don't play the game. Oh, you don't know what's going on. Oh, you've never opened a mud pack in your life. Do you need to eat the raw chicken to know what's wrong? Do you need to drive on the flat tire to know that it's flat? Or are you intelligent enough to look at it and say, this play right here, okay, there is something wrong. And perhaps we can look at it and assess what is wrong. That's what we're going to do in this video. I don't need to sit here and tell you this can't happen in a video game. You likely already know that. But when you slow this down, I want you to focus on something here. It's very, very important. It's the reaction of these players. You know, EA sells us traits, ratings, all of these things. Watch, you know the ball's going to get picked up. Watch this cumulative turn the entire offense does. How with all of these ratings does this happen? How do you have a uniform turn like this? And I know what the Muppets are going to say. Ryan, you're so disrespectful. Clint practiced the electric slide for weeks to motion capture this, and you don't even value it. And I would say you're right, because this is not football. This is also not a game of skill. Okay, I say that a lot. People don't believe me a lot because you've all been indoctrinated by EA to think that this game has skill to it. If you know football, if you have stick skills, or as Clint once infamously said, get good, it must correlate to how well you know football. This player right now that has the ball cannot move. He cannot move because the game is frozen in an animation. Now, all the players around him, as you can see, are moving, which ultimately means he is going to be tackled. But how can you put a game out that allows things like this to happen year after year after year? And by the way, that same electric slide was just replicated there. You have players that can't find animations to tackle that player when they first arrive. That's why they stop. It's one of the big things we've talked about. That's why when we sit here and EA Sports every year tells us physics-based tackling, physics-based tackling. They know what they're selling us is that this will never happen again. Because in a physics-based game, this isn't possible. Go back a game years ago, Backbreaker came out. Now, Backbreaker's selling point was it was on a physics engine, right? Anything could happen. Is that not why we watch sports? I'm not even talking about football. Sports in general. You guys should know. Huge UFC fan. Had a podcast with former host of UFC, host of Bellator, Jimmy Smith. Chase Hooper last night comes out. Massive favorite. Absolutely gets starched. For the first time ever, we see back-to-back spinning back elbow knockouts. And before that, we see Michael Page, Jared Cantonier. Go back, or if you watch that fight, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Michael Page is an incredible striker. He has Jared Cantonier hurt multiple times, but rather than finish the fight, he elects to showboat. He's passing an invisible basketball between his legs rather than just finish the fight. And in the back of our minds, everyone is saying, probably should just take the finish. It's going to be just as impressive as you sitting there dancing. Third round comes. Michael Page gets taken down and is on his back and really, really can't defend any jiu-jitsu, any wrestling. He is literally like a turtle on his back in the middle of a roadway, helpless. But this is why we watch sports. EA understands this. EA, in my opinion, preys on this. They are preying on your love, not just for football, but of your favorite team. They are telling you each year, this is the year we got it. We know we've let you down in the past, but this is the year we've listened. We've made changes. We've made improvements. We've worked really hard. And again, they work with Muppets within our community to help spread that message. To me, spreading that message has ultimately become more important than making a quality football game. The perception that EA Sports is taking steps in the right direction is more important than actually taking them and getting a better game in the consumer's hands. Because if they can sell the illusion that they're trying, then they will have cashed in on the hope that it's going to be a better game. I said in my last video, how many honeymoon phases do some of you need? How many times do you need to look at a play like this and say, you know what? Hasn't happened to me yet, but the fact that it can happen to me is enough to leave me genuinely concerned about playing this game. Because this happens to you, fourth down, this happens to you, fourth quarter, this is the reason you don't win a game. We all know. You're not smiling and saying, well, zany Madden, anything can happen in the NFL. You're saying, no, I just wasted my time playing this game. I wasted my money buying this game. And I don't, as a gamer, want to be put in a position where I'm watching the game be played rather than playing the game myself. And to come full circle, that is what we've asked EA to do for years. That is why Backbreaker came into this space, because they saw the opportunity that animation-dependent games provided, which was to sell the user something entirely different that said, hey, you want a game that actually matters? You want a game that actually has intelligent players on the field that know where they are, that know what their objective is, that understand simple things like don't freeze in the field, extend the football to get a first down, extend the football to score a touchdown. Those things are still not in Madden. We are more than one console generation away, and clearly EA is nowhere closer to giving us the game that we've asked for. They had an opportunity with College Madden to start over, to build a new game from scratch, and to give us the game that we've asked for. Instead, they continued to build on this outdated engine that is not even designed to make a football game. And it is prevalent in every single play. Someone yesterday left me a comment and said, why don't you play a full game and assess something wrong on every single play? And I thought to myself, yeah, that would probably be compelling to do, but then I would have to sit through a quarter of this game. And why would I do that when I even have people who support this game willing to send me clips because they know that this stuff needs to be seen, it needs to be shown, and it is way more important than me sitting here and doing backflips and screaming like a girl because I opened up a digital card pack that had a little card of a player I liked. And because I'm seemingly the only one that's not selling you a honeymoon phase, it also means there is no way that I cannot be back in the week with more commentary.